Welcome to Never a Dull Moment. I'm Greg Blythe, and today we ask I think it's the lifelong eternal question, which is to knife block or not knife block. I've had this particular knife block for actually 22 years. It has served me well, and now as I've progressed, I learned that it's actually obsolete. The knife block has been a staple in most American households. I'm not sure about Europe, but the knife block is something that sits, it's readily available. It is nice to have your knives in close proximity. Unfortunately, we've gotten used to buying in bulk, especially as Americans. We just want more for our dollar, and we end up sacrificing quality for quantity. So today I want to talk about the idea to knife block or not knife block. And the first thing you need to know is there's only a couple of knives that you need. One is going to be a paring knife, another a bread knife, and then a chef knife. And if you have these three knives, then you pretty much don't need anything else. There are magnetic strips. You can actually get a knife block if you want to get an empty one and build it your own. But what I want to talk about today is the pitfall of buying a knife block from a store. It's not a one-size-fits-all situation. I actually have two friends who are a couple, and both female. One female is my height or taller. She has hands that are a little bit larger to her counterpart. Her counterpart is probably around 5'2" to 5'3". If they go to a store and they go shopping together, then they're going to see knife blocks in boxes, and they're going to, outweigh what do you get? Are you getting 10 knives? Is that the deal for the $100? But it's not a deal. What you'll find is that this one knife fits all situation is not true. Let's just go ahead and take a look real quick at these paring knives. Okay, this is. Will you check? Hello. Yeah. Okay. Did you guys check out that malfunction that we just had?
Microphone was working.
Microphone in the water. Microphone down.
Hopefully it still sounds good.
So what you have is a paring knife that you can fit in your hand and say to yourself, this is the right size for me. If you tried this on compared to this with the size of the handles, you might like the Western handle versus the Japanese handle. You might like the cutting edge of the one versus the other, but they are completely different. And really, in my opinion, it would be nicer to actually go out and pick out the individual knives that you like and that fit your hand, and then build your own knife block. So let's just go ahead and examine what would be in this knife block. So in this particular knife block, like many, you have a chef knife. You have its version of a paring knife, which you can see it's more of a utility boning. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all. It is thin enough to help you bone, but it's pretty long for a paring knife. The handle is extremely slender. You're going to get a slicing knife. You're going to get your bread knife. Definitely something that everyone needs in their home is the serrated edge knife. If you do get a knife block, you want to make sure that your slots are sideways. If the slots were straight up and down, then you would be dulling your knife as you pulled it out. You'd be cutting the wood. So the reason they do it sideways is so that way you have less resistance with the edge, so you're not cutting the edge. They do sell knife blocks individually, which is why I won't rule out the knife block completely. My suggestion to you today is you can go into Bed Bath & Beyond. I think a knife block might be as little as $35. Definitely check online. You can build your own knife set. That way you can have your knives ready at all times. And as far as the couple that I just mentioned, they could each have their own paring knife. Most people end up using 3 knives out of the 10, and 7 knives never get used. There are a lot of you who like a knife called a Santoku, and I'll pull that out. A lot of knife blocks come with the Santoku. So if we were to refer to a Santoku knife, let me see if I have one available. Your traditional Santoku might look like this. So then you wouldn't need your chef knife. If this is a knife that you're having fun with, because it's a little shorter in size, then you can put it in your knife block. Build your own. Okay? So as far as like to knife block or not knife block, I really don't think any amount of time in shopping that you're actually going to find for the family. We're talking grandma, we're talking husband, wife, we're talking upper teenage kids down to kids learning how to cook in the kitchen. You have different size hands. You have different things that are needed. It is nice to have it handy, and for some people it's a badge of honor to have it sitting on the counter. They make beautiful magnetic strips now that are available that even rotate. 360 knife block is one of them. I got to see them at Blade Show. It's an incredible work of art that makes it there, and you can build your own. So that way you can get nice knives and have exactly what you need. You don't need 10 knives. You need 3. Okay? And if you need more than one because of some size hands, then you can build your own knife block. So this is just my advice. I would never tell you exactly what to do. This is my advice to you. As far as myself goes, to knife block or knife block, the answer would be no. If you're going to knife block, build your own. So this is never a dull moment. Hopefully today, that little bit of a helpful hint will go a long way when next time you're shopping for different knife sets. They're definitely out there, and it's a little bit of a pitfall. We're going to have some upcoming episodes showing you the only three knives you'll ever need, and hopefully that'll educate you on how to shop and which knives to get. So again, we appreciate you always supporting the channel. We have behind you some material you see here. It's kind of a secret today. On this video is a Tuesday night. This video will be out Friday night. A lot of fun shooting what we just shot. Please check back in on Friday night for this episode. It's going to be epic. Definitely a lot of fun to shoot. And as always, God bless. Hopefully that was not a dull moment. Thank you and good night.